My name's David Stafford. I work for social services adults and I work as a driver and I take people into day centres and then sometimes I work at those day centres and help out while I'm there. That's basically my job. My official title is driver escort. A normal day for me, it varies quite a lot because I tend to do a lot of different runs. But a normal day for me is actually coming in at work at 8 o'clock in the morning, checking my vehicle over and then going out on my run, usually with another driver. What we then do is we pick up a regular group of people. Sometimes they are special needs and sometimes they are the elderly, for the elderly centres, for the day centres, and that's the kind of job that we do. We pick them all up. We usually have quite a nice jolly time on the bus. Everyone seems to know, well, we know everybody's name, everybody knows our name. They should do by now because I've been working here 22 years now. To be honest with you, it's a very good job and you'd be hard pressed to find anyone who didn't like their job. It's very much sort of working with other people, working with regular people who actually appreciate the fact that we're providing this service, and I think it's the appreciation what keeps people at this job more than anything else.
And we're celebrating the new buses today, David. How are you finding your new bus? Is it a nice upgrade?
It is a very nice upgrade. I think like all drivers, you tend to sort of like hark back to the good old days of our old vehicles because they're a bit like an old pair of shoes. You'd be good to get rid of them. But to be perfectly honest with you, these are a lot better to drive. They're a lot more comfortable. They're more comfortable for the passengers. The tail lifts are a revelation because they're so much bigger than the last ones, so they're much easier to get people on and off, and I think people do actually feel safer on them, particularly the elderly when they're getting up on frames and things like that. But yeah, they're lovely to drive. The heaters work great. They've got lots of nice new features which are like Bluetooth and things like, which means communication's much easier, both with the garage, the centres, and between buses, if there's a problem to be sort of reported on a road or something like that. But yeah, the new buses are absolutely excellent though.
And you mentioned the heaters there. Obviously, we're coming up to the winter months. How do you guys manage when the weather turns a bit bad? It must be important for you to still get out and see the service users and get them into the services.
Yeah, definitely. In all the 22 years I've been here, we've only actually not been out on the road maybe 2 years for 3 days each time. And that was when it was particularly bad. These buses go out when everything else perhaps stays in, such as normal service buses, because I think it's very important that we get people in, otherwise they're very isolated in their homes. If the weather's really bad, then obviously people can't necessarily get to them for getting them a meal and things like that, so that's quite important to get people out of the house, and so that other people who are actually their carers can still live their lives and go to work and do their normal things as well. So coming up to the winter, I mean, as I say, last winter I know we had the so-called beast from the east, which did stop with going out for a couple of days, but that's all it did stop with. Most of the drivers here are very used to driving in very bad conditions anyway. So and as I say, the new buses are actually quite much easier to handle in these conditions because they have a slightly shorter wheelbase. We're not sort of like finding that we're skidding along as much.